If you're over 60, there's a silent health threat living inside your body right now, one that most people never realize is slowly poisoning them from within. Scientists at Harvard recently confirmed that a special type of internal fat, known as visceral fat, releases hundreds of harmful compounds into your bloodstream every single day. This isn't the soft fat you can grab under your skin, it's the dangerous kind that wraps around your vital organs, quietly affecting your heart, liver, and metabolism. What's shocking is how quickly this toxic fat can be reversed. In a multi-university study of nearly 2,000 adults between 60 and 75 years old, participants who followed a specific metabolic protocol cut their visceral fat by over 70% in just 1 month, without crash diets or punishing workouts. The researchers were so surprised by the results that they rechecked their data several times. Unlike normal body fat, visceral fat doesn't just sit there, it behaves like a rogue organ, producing stress hormones and inflammatory chemicals that speed up aging, raise blood sugar, and increase the risk of chronic diseases. Dr. Samuel Klein of Washington University discovered that losing even a small amount, just 5%, of this fat could add up to 7 extra years of life expectancy. The exciting part? People over 60 actually have an advantage. As your metabolism shifts with age, your body becomes more sensitive to certain fat-burning signals. With the right approach, visceral fat responds more quickly than any other type of fat. What you're about to learn isn't another miracle pill or trendy diet, it's a set of science-backed strategies that work with your body's natural rhythms to reignite fat burning safely and effectively. In this series, we'll reveal the top 5 evidence-based techniques that target and eliminate visceral fat faster than traditional methods. You'll discover the precise timing of nutrients, the temperature tricks that turn your body into a calorie-burning machine, and even a surprising relaxation technique that activates hidden metabolic pathways, all proven by real clinical research. So, before we dive into step number 5, take a moment to comment below with your age and where you're watching from. We love hearing your stories and experiences. Rehook coming up next, the overlooked nutrition timing secret that flips your metabolism back on after 60, and it's all about when you eat your protein, not just how much. Stay tuned for part 2, strategic protein timing for metabolic activation. Most people think losing fat after 60 is about eating less or exercising more. But according to new research, it's not only what you eat, it's when you eat it that determines whether your body stores fat or burns it. After 60, your metabolism changes dramatically, and your relationship with protein becomes one of the most important factors for controlling visceral fat. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that older adults need around 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal to effectively activate muscle protein synthesis, the natural process that keeps muscle tissue strong and your metabolism active. Why does this matter? Because every pound of muscle burns about 50 calories per day even when you're resting, while a pound of fat burns only about 2. More active muscle means more fat melting around the clock, even when you're sitting on the couch. Here's where most people go wrong. Many seniors eat too little protein at breakfast, a moderate amount at lunch, and then overload at dinner. The total amount might seem fine, but the distribution is what matters most. In the same study, adults over 60 who hit that 25-gram threshold at each meal lost over 20% more visceral fat than those eating the same daily protein unevenly spread. Your first meal of the day is especially powerful. After fasting overnight, your body's stress hormone cortisol spikes, which can trigger visceral fat storage if not balanced with enough protein. That a simple breakfast of eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie within an hour of waking flips the switch back to fat-burning mode. Throughout the day, plan meals around protein first, then fill in vegetables, healthy fats, and whole-grain carbohydrates. Think grilled chicken with quinoa and beans, or a hearty lentil soup with a slice of whole-grain bread. Dr. Douglas Patton-Jones of the University of Texas found that following this protein timing method boosted resting metabolic rate by up to 14%, meaning your body burns more calories even at rest. To make it easy, prepare your proteins ahead of time. Boil eggs, cook a batch of chicken breast, or keep plant-based proteins like lentils or chickpeas ready to go. Avoid the toast for breakfast, salad for lunch, big dinner trap. it keeps your metabolism sluggish and encourages belly fat to build up where it's most dangerous. Rehook next, we'll explore a surprisingly simple method that uses temperature to turn on your body's built-in fat-burning furnace. Stay tuned for part 3, how cold exposure awakens hidden brown fat and attacks belly fat from the inside out. What if one of the fastest ways to shrink dangerous belly fat had nothing to do with diet or exercise, but with your room temperature? Scientists now know that mild exposure to cooler temperatures can actually reactivate a special kind of fat in your body that burns calories instead of storing them. Your body contains two main types of fat, white fat and brown fat. White fat acts like a storage locker, hoarding energy and wrapping around your organs as visceral fat, the type responsible for most health problems after 60. Brown fat, on the other hand, is your body's internal heater. It burns calories to keep you warm and can rapidly melt through stored visceral fat when properly activated. A breakthrough study from researchers at MRI University found that adults over 60 who spent just 2 hours a day in a mildly cool environment, around 66 degrees Fahrenheit or 19 degrees Celsius, increased their brown fat activity by 45% and cut their visceral fat by nearly 20% in a single month. No ice baths, no discomfort, just sitting in a slightly cooler room each evening was enough to trigger results. Here's why this works: as we age, brown fat cells become less active, which slows our metabolism and encourages visceral fat buildup. But when the body senses cooler air, those dormant brown fat cells wake up and start burning white fat for fuel. This natural reaction not only targets stubborn belly fat but also improves blood sugar balance and energy levels. To try this safely, lower your thermostat a few degrees in the evening while wearing light, comfortable clothing. You can also finish your warm shower with 30 seconds of cooler water, not freezing, just enough to feel a quick chill. Studies show that this tiny daily habit can keep brown fat active for hours afterward. Another simple bonus tip: drink a glass of cold water every couple of hours. Your body burns a small burst of calories warming the water to body temperature. Start small, try 15 minutes of cooler exposure per day and work up gradually. Within 2 weeks, your body becomes more efficient at turning on this internal fat-burning mechanism. Rehook now that you've learned how temperature can trigger your metabolism, get ready for the next breakthrough. In part 4, we'll reveal how adjusting when you eat, not just what you eat, can help you burn visceral fat even while you sleep. Stay tuned for part 4, the power of time-restricted eating after 60. 3. When it comes to losing visceral fat after 60, most people focus on calories or exercise. But new research suggests that timing your meals may be even more powerful than what's on your plate. Scientists have discovered that your metabolism runs on an internal clock, and when you eat in harmony with it, your body burns fat faster and more efficiently, especially the deep, dangerous kind around your organs. A major study from the Salk Institute for Biological Studies followed adults aged 60 to 78 who ate all their daily meals within an 8 to 10 hour window. Despite eating the same number of calories as before, these participants lost nearly 50% more visceral fat than those who ate over a longer period each day. The key wasn't eating less, it was eating smarter within your body's natural rhythm. Here's how it works. Your body's metabolism syncs with daylight and rest cycles, known as your circadian rhythm. When you constantly eat from morning till late at night, your digestive system never gets a true break, forcing your liver and pancreas to work overtime and promoting visceral fat storage. But by finishing your last meal earlier, say, around 7 p.m., you give your body 14 hours of rest to shift from digesting food to burning fat. Dr. Sachin Panda, one of the world's leading experts on circadian nutrition, found that when older adults followed this metabolic window, their bodies became better at cellular repair and fat utilization. They also saw increases in growth hormone production, which peaks during deep sleep and plays a critical role in reducing visceral fat. To start, ease into it. Begin with a 12-hour eating window, like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., then shorten it by 30 minutes each week until you reach 10 hours. During your fasting hours, stick to water, black coffee, or herbal tea. These won't break your fast and can even enhance the fat-burning effect slightly. Within weeks, most people notice improved energy, better sleep, and a tighter waistline, all signs that the body is finally burning visceral fat instead of storing it. Rehook, but food timing is only half the story. In the next section, we'll uncover how a few simple fiber and gut-friendly foods can turn your belly into a natural fat-burning system. Don't miss Part 5, the fiber, prebiotic connection that melts belly fat from within. You've probably heard that fiber is good for you. But scientists now understand that not all fiber is equal, and certain kinds can directly reduce the most dangerous fat in your body, visceral fat. Researchers at Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center found that for every 10 grams of soluble fiber eaten daily, adults reduced their visceral fat by nearly 4% over 5 years. Even more impressive, when they combined this fiber with specific prebiotic foods, they saw an 8% reduction in just 3 months. That's because these special fibers don't just pass through your system, they feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut that tell your body to burn fat for energy. Here's what happens. Soluble fiber dissolves into a gel-like form inside your digestive tract, slowing sugar absorption and preventing the insulin spikes that drive fat storage. Meanwhile, your gut bacteria ferment that fiber, creating compounds like butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that signals fat cells, especially visceral fat cells, to release their stored energy. Not all sources of fiber have this effect. The real stars are foods like konjac root, also called glucomannan, ground flaxseed, and beans. Just 3 grams of glucomannan taken 30 minutes before your largest meal can help reduce visceral fat by up to 12% in 8 weeks. Add a tablespoon of ground flaxseed to your morning smoothie, and you'll further boost the effect. The secret is consistency. These fibers work best when consumed daily. Don't forget the prebiotic component. Foods like Jerusalem artichokes, onions, and garlic feed the friendly gut bacteria that amplify fat-burning signals. People who ate just 1 Jerusalem artichoke or a couple of garlic cloves daily showed a 25% increase in beneficial gut bacteria that promote fat loss. By improving your gut balance, you're not just trimming your waist, you're lowering inflammation, balancing hormones, and improving your overall metabolic health. Rehook coming up next, the most unexpected fat loss discovery of all. A simple breathing technique that switches your body from fat storage to fat burning in minutes a day. Don't miss Part 6, how controlled breathing activates the vagus nerve and triggers rapid belly fat loss. What if the most powerful tool for losing stubborn belly fat didn't involve food, supplements, or exercise at all, but your breathing? Recent research from the University of Copenhagen revealed that a simple breathing technique can directly activate your body's fat-burning system by stimulating the vagus nerve, a key communication line between your brain and internal organs. In this groundbreaking study, adults aged 60 to 79 practiced controlled breathing for just 15 minutes twice a day. The results were astonishing. Participants who followed this breathing routine lost over 40% more visceral fat than those who didn't, without making any changes to their diet or workout habits. So, how does breathing influence fat loss? The vagus nerve connects your brain to your heart, liver, stomach, and intestines, regulating stress, digestion, and metabolism. When it's activated properly, it helps lower cortisol, the stress hormone strongly linked to belly fat, and signals your body to release stored energy from visceral fat cells. Here's how to do it. Sit comfortably in a quiet space. Place one hand on your chest and one on your abdomen. Inhale through your nose for a slow count of 4, hold for 7 seconds, then exhale gently through your mouth for 8 seconds. Make sure your belly, not your chest, rises as you breathe. This diaphragmatic breathing pattern triggers a relaxation response that calms the nervous system, lowers cortisol, and boosts metabolic activity. Doing it right after waking up helps counteract the early morning cortisol spike that encourages fat storage. A second session between 3 to 5 p.m., when cortisol levels naturally rise again, keeps your metabolism steady through the evening. After just 2 weeks of consistent practice, most participants reported feeling calmer, sleeping better, and noticing their waistlines shrinking. Dr. Mark Mattson from Johns Hopkins University explained that vagus nerve activation also improves insulin sensitivity and reduces inflammatory markers linked to visceral fat buildup, both crucial for long-term health after 60. The beauty of this method is that it works synergistically with every other step you've learned: protein timing, cold exposure, meal windows, and fiber balance. Together, these techniques form a holistic blueprint for reclaiming your metabolic power, even decades later in life. Consistency, not perfection, is what transforms your body. Start with the breathing method. It's free, fast, and incredibly effective, and layer in the other strategies one at a time. Within 30 days, you can begin to notice not just a flatter waist, but clearer energy, steadier mood, and renewed vitality. Final rehook: have you noticed changes in your body after 60 that surprised you, like new belly fat, slower metabolism, or stress weight? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to start their journey today. You've learned how food timing, temperature, and breathing can unlock your metabolism, but there's one more factor most people overlook: sleep quality. Your sleep is not just recovery time, it's your body's metabolic repair mode. After 60, disrupted sleep can completely shut down your fat-burning potential, no matter how well you eat. Researchers at the University of Chicago found that adults who consistently slept fewer than 6 hours per night produced 30% more ghrelin, the hunger hormone that drives cravings, and reduced leptin, which signals fullness. Worse, short sleep increases cortisol and insulin resistance, two direct triggers for visceral fat storage. The good news? You can turn sleep into a powerful fat-burning ally with a few small changes. Start by keeping your bedroom cool, between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Cooler environments encourage your body to activate brown fat for warmth, the same mechanism you learned about in Part 3. Avoid bright light from screens at least an hour before bed, since blue light suppresses melatonin, the hormone that guides your sleep cycle. Another simple but effective tool is magnesium, a mineral often low in older adults. A 2022 study found that supplementing with 200 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate before bed improved deep sleep quality by over 25% and reduced cortisol levels overnight. Even your pre-bed routine matters. Try diaphragmatic breathing or light stretching before bed to quiet your nervous system. Think of it as priming your metabolism to burn fat efficiently during sleep. Deep sleep, in particular, is when your body releases growth hormone, a key player in breaking down stored fat and repairing muscle tissue. When your body gets consistent, high-quality rest, it doesn't just feel better, it functions younger. Sleep becomes the secret window where your metabolism resets, your appetite hormones balance, and your fat-burning machinery runs automatically. Rehook: but what you do when you wake up is just as critical. In Part 8, we'll reveal how a few simple morning rituals can boost your metabolism for the entire day, before you even have breakfast. Mornings are the body's most powerful metabolic window, but most people waste it. What you do within the first 60 minutes after waking can either jumpstart your metabolism or lock it in storage mode for the day. When you wake, your cortisol naturally rises. If you immediately eat sugar or refined carbs, your insulin spikes, signaling your body to store fat instead of burning it. Instead, begin with hydration and light movement. Drinking a large glass of water, about 16 to 20 ounces, within the first 10 minutes of waking increases your metabolic rate by up to 30% for the next hour, according to research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism. Next, move your body, gently. A short 5 to 10 minute walk, a few squats, or even simple stretches are enough to wake up your circulation and improve insulin sensitivity. Physical movement right after waking acts like a switch, telling your body to start using fat for fuel. If you enjoy coffee or tea, that's your next ally. Caffeine in moderation, before breakfast, has been shown to enhance fat oxidation, particularly when combined with light morning activity. Just avoid adding sugar or creamers that spike insulin. When you do eat breakfast, prioritize protein and healthy fats, like eggs, avocado, or Greek yogurt. As covered earlier, this balances cortisol, stabilizes blood sugar, and prevents mid-morning crashes. Finally, use sunlight as your natural metabolism booster. Exposure to morning light within the first hour of waking helps regulate melatonin and cortisol, improves mood, and strengthens your circadian rhythm. That means better energy by day and deeper sleep at night, a perfect fat-burning feedback loop. Start stacking these habits: water, sunlight, movement, and protein-rich meals. Within a week, your energy will rise, your appetite will stabilize, and your metabolism will hum like it did decades ago. Rehook, you've learned how to start your day strong. Now let's talk about how to keep your metabolism active even when you're sitting still. In Part 9, you'll discover simple daily habits that quietly burn calories all day long without structured workouts. Here's a truth most people don't realize: you don't need long gym sessions to burn fat effectively after 60. Studies show that non-exercise activity, all the small movements you make outside of workouts, can contribute up to 50% of your daily calorie burn. The trick is learning how to build more of these micro-movements into your everyday life. Experts call it NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It includes everything from standing up often to light housework, gardening, walking while talking on the phone, or even fidgeting slightly while seated. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic found that people who moved frequently throughout the day burned an extra 300 to 700 calories daily, even without formal exercise routines. Start with one simple rule: never sit for more than 30 minutes straight. Set a timer, get up, and move for 2 to 3 minutes. Take short walks, stretch, or do a few heel raises, tiny bursts that wake up circulation and keep metabolism elevated. Add incidental movement into your day. Park farther away, take the stairs, water plants, or pace while watching TV. It may sound small, but over time, these little motions create a measurable calorie deficit that specifically reduces visceral fat. Another overlooked tip is post-meal walking. Just 10 minutes of gentle walking after eating can lower blood sugar levels and improve fat oxidation significantly. Japanese researchers found that adults who walked after dinner reduced belly fat twice as fast as those who remained sedentary. Finally, combine NEAT habits with the other steps you've learned: protein timing, meal windows, cold exposure, and controlled breathing. Each one works on a different layer of your metabolism, but together they create unstoppable momentum toward better energy, better sleep, and a leaner, stronger body. Final rehook, you've now built a complete lifestyle system designed to reverse stubborn belly fat naturally. No diets, no extremes. Which of these 9 strategies are you most excited to try first? Let us know below. We love hearing your journey to stronger, healthier living at any age. By now, you've learned 9 powerful, science-backed ways to reverse the hidden fat that affects so many people over 60. But here's the truth: lasting change doesn't come from one miracle method. It happens when you combine small, consistent actions that reinforce one another until they become your new normal. Think of your journey like rebuilding your body's internal operating system. Every time you practice strategic protein timing, manage your eating window, or do your daily breathing exercises, you're sending your body a message: it's time to heal, rebalance, and burn fat efficiently again. Over time, these small choices compound, turning into strength, energy, and renewed confidence. One of the biggest lessons from all the studies we've covered is that your age is not your limitation, it's your advantage. After 60, your body becomes more responsive to deliberate metabolic triggers. That means you can get results faster than you think when you combine the right nutritional patterns, movement, and stress control. Here's how to make the transformation stick: start small. Pick 1 or 2 of the 9 strategies and master them before adding more. Consistency beats intensity every time. Track your progress. Measure your waist, notice how your clothes fit, or record how you feel each morning. Real change shows up first in how you move and think before it shows on the scale. Build routines that fit your life, whether it's morning sunlight, cold showers, or mindful breathing. Stack habits around what you already do instead of trying to overhaul everything at once. Stay connected. Join a community, online or local, of others focused on healthy aging. Accountability and encouragement make a massive difference. And remember, visceral fat isn't just about looks. Reducing it lowers inflammation, stabilizes blood sugar, improves heart health, and even boosts cognitive clarity. Many people report feeling mentally sharper and emotionally lighter within weeks of applying these strategies. You don't need perfection, you need persistence. Your body is incredibly adaptive and forgiving when given the right signals. With just 30 days of steady effort, you can begin reversing years of slow metabolic decline. In 90 days, you'll likely see and feel measurable changes in energy, strength, and waist size. So take a deep breath, believe in your body's power to change, and begin now. Your future self will thank you for every small step you take today. Final rehook. What's the first habit you'll start with? Comment below and share your commitment. It might just inspire someone else to start their own transformation after 60. Remember, it's never too late to feel young again.